Everybody knows that money can't buy you happiness, but everyone still wants to try. Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leeor Alexandra. Welcome to the Baby Elephant community. On this channel we talk about the law of attraction, spirituality, and self-development. And today I'm just going to kind of go off on a little bit of a rant of things that I've been thinking about lately. I posted about this on Instagram a couple of weeks ago and a lot of you asked me to talk about it more. So I don't have a script, I don't have any notes. I'm just going to talk about it, and what I want to talk to you about is our motivations. What drives us? What motivates us? And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I've gone through a deep transformation in the past, I would say probably almost a year, probably closer, maybe I would say like 8 months. I've gone through this deep transformation in which my motivation disappeared, okay? My drive disappeared. And now I was in a relationship with somebody who is super driven, super ambitious, super just hustles all the time, works smart and works so well. And imagine going through this experience where suddenly the things that used to motivate you, the things that used to get you out of bed, no longer do that. And you start to question yourself and you're like, well, why am I doing all this? What's the point of all this? Nothing feels real anymore. Nothing feels right. Attaining things, going after things, the things that used to light me up and set my soul on fire now feel meaningless and empty. And I'm surrounded by people and, my career, what I do for a living, there's a lot of comparison there. And I'm seeing everybody who is really goal-orientated and really business-minded. Is that the word? Is that what I'm looking for? Really focus on their business and they're killing it and they're doing so well. And I know that I used to be like that and I used to have that fire and that fervor. I'm going to stop trying to use words that I don't know. I used to have that fire and I lost it. And that was really hard. I didn't talk about it on this channel, but I was going through a deep transformation. And part of that transformation was seeing that still, the videos where I talked about spirituality and things that meant a lot to me, like star seeds and cool esoteric concepts, they weren't getting the reactions, they weren't getting the engagement, they weren't getting the views that the law of attraction videos were getting. But my mindset had shifted so drastically that it started to feel ingenuous to be talking about how to attain things, how to manifest this, how to manifest that. The law of attraction is still huge in my life, right? I know my entire reality and yours too, we are manifesting every step of the way. Our point of attraction is right in this present moment, and this present moment is what matters. So we're always manifesting. But talking about, I started having this inner conflict because I always get questions. Well, how do I manifest this and how do I manifest that? And I'd always be like, well, I made 200 plus videos about how to manifest using different methods. I feel like I've talked about everything. I'm not really one to like to do the same topic more than a couple of times, even though I know that a lot of you would like me to talk about the same things. Can't you use one of the methods that I talked about last year to manifest this thing that you're trying to manifest now? And then manifesting to me seems so simple. And I'm aware that it doesn't seem that way for everybody else. And that's why there's those requests for manifestation videos. And I understand that. I actually understand it. But I disconnected from it. And I felt a little bit confined and kind of closed into a box because I couldn't find the drive to make those videos anymore and the motivation. Because once you get to a place in your business, and I have developed a couple businesses from my platform here on YouTube that I can support myself with. Once you get to this certain place, well, then you have a choice. And it's kind of like, well, go the three-dimensional physical route with our 5 senses, or go the multi-sensory, multi-dimensional route where you know that there's more to this world than just physicality. There's more to this world than just attaining a bigger house, a better car, this and that, and this and that. More stuff, nicer clothes, brand names, even though you guys, if you follow me on Instagram or anything, you know that I'm not one to buy luxury brands. I just don't care about it. So I got to this point, and by no means am I a millionaire or anything, but I can provide for myself, I can support my family, and I can afford to eat and to do things that I care about. So you get to this point, and I acknowledge that you have to get to this point. You can have this mindset when you're not making much money, but there is certain rules of society that we have to abide by. And I think that when I was making $100 a month off of YouTube and just living off my savings, thankfully I was able to live at home and I had the support of my family. I had more of a drive to attain. And that's fine, because we do need a standard of living. We need to get to this place where we feel abundant, where we can, if we want to buy something to eat, we can. If we want to buy somebody a present, we can. If we want to go on vacation, we can. We want to get to a place where we have that freedom. But I think it's very important for people to understand that you don't need to get that much. You don't need to make that much, and you don't need to spend your life working that hard to get to this place. The actual amount of money that you need to, in order to live this kind of life, it's not that much. And I'm saying this as somebody who lives in Los Angeles. And so when you reach this place, then what? Do you just keep trying to make more money and buying more things? And it's all going to feel the same at some point. The most important thing about attaining is attaining security, right? And there's many ways to go about this. A business mind is important for people who want to attain financial freedom. However, I think that the most important thing about your business and about how you go about your career is that you do something that you are passionate about. I don't think I would have been able to reach the place that I'm at today if I had done something that was disingenuous for me at the time. At the time of starting my YouTube channel, I loved to talk about law of attraction because I was actively working with it, like consciously, I still am consciously. Every morning I say my affirmations. I'm always consciously manifesting. I'm always working on raising my vibration. You know, the reason why I made Law of Attraction 101, my first Law of Attraction video, is because I would watch all these other YouTubers and they made me so happy every morning. And one day I was like, you know what? I've been studying Law of Attraction for 10 years now. I think it was 9 or 10 years then. Now it's about 13, 14 years. I have a lot to say. I feel like I can teach people something. I'm passionate about this, so let me do this. And because I did something that I'm passionate about, I was supported, okay? This is going to go back to the driver and motivation part. I promise, we're gonna get there. But I think that it's important to understand the journey. So I followed my dreams. I followed my heart. I quit my job at Daily Mail. At the time, I was making I had a good salary. I was making about $4,000 a month, which is a nice salary to make right out of college, I think. I don't really know what other people make right out of college, but it was nice. And I quit that. And I put all my eggs in the basket of my dreams. And that was what I was passionate about. And I woke up every morning and I made videos that spoke exactly about what I want to talk about. And it made me feel so alive. And I think that's why I was supported, because the universe is going to reward bravery. So I'm not saying don't go after your dreams. What I'm saying is actually go after your dreams. Go after your dreams. However, to take it back to the drive and your motivators, I want you to consider for a moment, why do you want what you want? The thing about awakening and the thing about living consciously is constantly asking ourselves questions about why we do the things that we do every day. Because the majority of people, even though right now we are going through a mass consciousness shift, a mass awakening, the majority of people still, and up until this time, lived their lives, we all lived our lives in autopilot. So we're born and we're filled up with all this information and this programming and indoctrination and socialization, and we become this product of society, this product of our communities and of our families and our cultures. And most of the things that we say, the things that we think, and the way that we act is not actually natural to us. It's not actually who we truly are. It's not our truth. So the way to go back to your truth is to literally question everything about yourself. So, for example, I have one of my good friends used to really just obsess over getting married, right? That was the most important thing for her. And she started questioning that. And because she started questioning that, she got to this point where she realized, I want to get married because I'm scared. I'm scared of being alone. I'm scared of being too old for a relationship. I'm scared of my worth not being validated, and I'm scared of not being taken care of because I don't feel like my career path can support me, can support the life I want to live. Now, what's the life that she wants to live? The life that you want to live, we went on to question this. Why do you want to live that life? And when we took it all the way back down to the root, to the base, the reason why we want so many things is, again, because of fear. Because social validation makes us feel secure. Because people looking at us and thinking, wow, they really made it. Look at that huge house. Look at that nice Mercedes. Look at those trips they're taking. That validation makes us feel secure. It makes us feel like, oh, we did something in this life. The truth is that that's just something that we agree. You know how we click agree to the terms and conditions with, I don't know, anybody who reads that stuff, right? None of us read it. We did the same thing to life. We just agree to the terms and conditions and we live our life according to that. Someone else told us that the ideal, that success is having a lot of things and a big bank account and a nice house and fancy vacations. And it truly will feel like it's your desire, but if you actually go and look at it, is it actually what you desire? So of course I've sat down with my desires and I traced a lot of them back, and a lot of them were rooted in fear. Fear of not being able to survive. And where does that come from? It doesn't come from the heart. It doesn't come from the soul. That comes from the personality, the ego. The personality is the one that protects us in this world, right? And the thing is, working through the ego is never going to get us to reach and attain happiness. It might help us to attain a lot of stuff, but living through the heart, that's where fulfillment will come from. Doing things not for the money, not for that number that you want to make every month, but for the simple fact that you love to do it, that you love to create, that you love to start this business, that you love to write entertainment news, or that you love to sing, that you love to teach, that you love to do. That's where the fulfillment is. I started this video by saying everyone knows that money doesn't buy you happiness, but everyone's going to try anyways. And I recognize that. I recognize that we're all going to try anyways. I also recognize that you do have to get to a certain point to be able to think this way. So now to talk to you about getting to that point, it's easier than you think. All those things that we talked about that society has programmed us, society has also programmed us to believe that it's much harder to attain that lifestyle that we desire than possible. And that's why a lot of people put this lifestyle on a pedestal and they make so much dissonance between them, so much space between them that they can never align to it. They can never get to that frequency. So the first step in going after this lifestyle is believing that it's doable and that it's easier than expected, that it's easier than you would ever think it would be. It's going to come to you like that. Especially on this time of the planet right now, our manifestations are being accelerated. The energy is less dense. We are more spirit now. We've always been more spirit than matter. Science says that. But now, more than ever, we have more access to the divine. And so, with that access, the things that we desire to do are also blessed. I've gotten tons of DMs, tons of comments, tons of emails from a lot of you guys telling me how you thought quarantine would end your business. And somehow you're thriving, you're starting new businesses, you're making money doing what you love. That's because you're supported right now more than ever before. You're going to continue to be supported. So trust that. The second step is going after what your heart desires. So once you kind of look at all the things that you want in life. Why do I want this job? Why do I want to make this much money? Why do I want to marry? Why do I want to have children? Why do I want... Just ask yourself. The question could be because I want a kid, because I want to get married. That could be the answer, and that's good enough. But it's very important that you question. You question your motivation. You question your drivers. And so the second step, as I was saying, is to do what feels good to your heart. Not to do it because it's going to give you monetary value, but to do it because it feels right. Because you are supported, just like I was saying in the first thing that you have to do. You are so supported right now that it would be absolutely silly not to take this opportunity to start heart-centric businesses, to start doing what you love, So many of you are doing this right now, and that's exactly what you're meant to be doing. It's really important for us to understand what drives us, because if it's fear, we might get there, and then once we get there, we'll be like, what the heck? Why did I want any of this? For me, on a personal level, I don't often share these things, but I have the opportunity to get a huge house right now and to drive a really expensive car. But I choose to live far below my means. I still have this gorgeous, beautiful apartment. By the way, if anybody has seen my last apartment, I actually pay less for this apartment than the last one. I decided to make my rent even less. I have 2 bedrooms here rather than the 1 bedroom. I was living in a very nice neighborhood. Well, not nice neighborhood, but a more optimal location in Los Angeles before, and now I live closer to my family. I decided to do that in a beautiful apartment that I'm so grateful for, but it is very much in my budget. I didn't strive for anything greater or grander. The car that I got is not the top most luxury car in the world. I got it because I like that it has vegan leather seats and because I'll never have to use gas again. I got the Tesla Model 3. And when I purchase things, I purchase them because they add to my joy. But truly, the more physical things we get, the more dense we become and the more tied we are into physicality. I hope this sharing is helpful. I don't often talk about my life that much, I know. If you'd like me to use examples from my own life and how I live my life more, let me know. I hope that it will be supported. Just had this desire to talk to you about, and I'd like to know what you thought about this video. If you would leave a comment below and maybe tell me a little bit about your process of looking into your drivers and motivators. I'm really interested in other people's perspectives other than my own work, because it takes a very strong and brave person to look at themselves and to look at their blind spots, to take the mask off. Not everybody can do it. So I'd like to see your process as well. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I love you so much. Thank you for sticking with me all this time through my ups and downs and my evolution, my transformations. And there'll be more law of attraction videos coming because law of attraction brings us all into spirituality. So it's important. But I'd like to make more real content like this as well. Until next time, keep your vibrations way, way, way up.